Okay, so I've had to switch gears here because we are going to be looking at the next skill code, which is MKA. And you're going to need to use your charts. And it's just going to be a lot easier if I can show you the charts a little bit smoother. I was dropping everything trying to show the IXL screen and the charts at the same time, so this is going to be easier. All right, so MKA is the ones we're getting ready to look at next. It wants you to find equivalent. I'm showing you the words, so when you see it, you'll know what it's talking about. Equivalent fractions. So they'll give you a fraction, and they want to know which other fractions are equivalent to it. And they'll give you some choices. In this math problem that I have pulled up, there's 4/9, there's 1/4, there's 3/8, and there's 2/10. Those are the choices. And it says that there may be more than one that is equivalent to 1/5. So you have to make sure you check all four of them and see if which ones. There could be more than one that are equivalent to 1/5. All right, so let's try this using this chart first. And I'm going to post a picture of it so you can use it. All you need to do is take a screenshot of it using a smartphone. And then you can use the editing tools and you can shade it, okay, using the editing tools. Or you can, if you have printing capabilities and you want to print one off, you can do that too. You just won't be able to shade it as easily because you'll have to erase it every time. So the easier method is just take that screenshot. Okay, so I'm going to shade 1/5 first. So here is 1/5. And remember, when you're shading, you do not have to color in all the way. You're just wasting your time. 1/5. Now I need to try this first fraction, 4/9. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are 8s, those are 10s, those are 12s. 4/9 is not here. So what are we going to do if the 9ths are not pictured on this chart? Well, that's where you're going to have another method. We're going to talk about that other method in just a second. I'm going to continue on, and I'm going to check these other three because they will be on this chart. And then I'll show you how to check this one on the multiplication chart. Let's go ahead and look at 1/4. Here would be 1/4. Make sure you shade all the way to the line so you can see. Clearly that one is more. It is not equivalent. So this one is not going to be one of our answer choices. So now we're going to try 3/8. Here are the 8s right here. I'm going to shade 3, 1, 2, 3. And clearly that is not the same as 1/5. Okay, so that is not equivalent. So that one's out. Now we're going to try 2/10. My 10ths are down here. I'm going to shade 2 of them. 1, 2. 2/10 is the same amount as 1/5. So that is a fraction that is equivalent. So I would click that one on IXL. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to use your multiplication chart for the other one. So we're looking up 1/5, and we're going to go on the side and look up 1/5 on the side. If I go to where the 1 becomes a 4 or the 5 becomes a 9, let's just see if that's even possible. 1/5, that's not it. But look, 2/10 is there. See? That's why that one was equivalent. 1/5 was equivalent to 2/10. The next one is 3/15, and the next one is 4/20. So the 4 is right, but that should have been a 9, and it's not. It's a 20. So this one is not equivalent either. So the only one that's equivalent is 2/10. I'm going to go ahead and click that one on IXL and get another problem so we can practice a little bit more of these. Okay, the next one wants to know what is equivalent to 10/12. So our fraction this time we're working with is 10/12. And our answer choices are 1/2, 7/10, 3/4, and 5/6. Okay, again, if you have the capabilities and you can take a screenshot, this is going to be your better friend because all of those halves, tenths, fourths, and sixths, they are all on here. So you can shade your 10/12ths to start off, and then you're going to shade 1/2 and see if that is equivalent. Then you will shade 7/10ths and see if that is equivalent. Then you will shade 3/4 and then you will shade 5/6. If you cannot use the chart, or this white chart, I'm going to show you how to use this one. So we're looking at 10/12ths. Now 10/12ths, those numbers are a lot bigger than all of those. So instead of looking on row 10 and row 12 and sliding across, because they're only going to get bigger as they go across, you need to start on these and see if you can find 10/12ths on that row. But here's a trick. If you're on 1/2 and you can find that 10/12ths is on that row, great. But what if you find one of these others that's on the same row? That means that those are equivalent to each other. So let's go ahead and find one that is equivalent to 10/12ths. So 1/2, we're going to try 1/2. And I go until 10/20ths. That doesn't work. Okay, now try 7/10ths. 7/10ths. I'm looking for 10/12ths. I'm already too big. I passed it. I went from 7/10ths to 14/20ths, so that's not going to work. Now I'm going to try 3/4ths. 3/4ths. Go until you find 10/12ths. So there's 9/12ths. That's one too small. It's not going to work. Now let's try 5/6. 5/6. Go across. Look, there's 10/12ths. So this one is our equivalent one. So I'm going to click that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move up a level on IXL to show you some other problems, because they do get a little bit harder as you are working your way to a SMART score of 80. Now we're starting off with 1/6, and we've got to find fractions that are equivalent to it. 4/13ths is an answer choice. 1/4 is an answer choice. 2/12ths is an answer choice. And 3/18ths. Okay, so first of all, you can eliminate unit fractions, okay? If you have one piece that's this size, it is not going to be equivalent with one piece of this size. So you automatically eliminate your unit fractions. Remember, a unit fraction is one piece. So that means we only have to look at these other three. So I'm going to use my multiplication chart, and I'm going to start with 1/6 because it's smaller. 1 is smaller than 4, 2, or 3. So I'm going to start with 1/6, and I'm going to try to find 2/12ths, 3/18ths, and 4/13ths. So there's 1/6. I slide across, and there's 2/12ths, and there's 3/18ths also. So I know automatically that these two are there. But the one thing I want to check really fast is I want to look on row 2/12ths and see if 4/13ths is there. And I want to look on row 3/18ths and see if 4/13ths is there. Because sometimes the other fraction might not be on this row, but it might be on this row or it might be on this row. So that's one thing you're going to have to keep checking as you go through the program. So if you did this and you found these two and the answer is wrong, it's because one of your other answer choices is also on the same row as one of these. It might not be on this row, but it is on this row or this row, and that's why you're getting the answers wrong. So I just wanted to let you know that that is a possibility.